Now at 5, authorities recover a body from the ruins of a house fire. Plus, how you can safely navigate a new Missouri driving law. And a big development in the investigation into the shooting death of a CEO.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities today confirmed they've recovered a woman's body from the ruins of a house fire in southeast Kansas. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. That fire occurred Saturday morning in the Crawford County community of South Radley. Firefighters from multiple departments responded. Now the state fire marshal's office is investigating, and authorities are awaiting results of an autopsy on the woman. They're withholding a name until they make a positive identification. Starting January 1st, a new law is going to take hold in Missouri, holding people accountable for touching their phones while driving. Violators currently will only receive a warning, but after December 31st, those caught using their phone behind the wheel will face a $150 fine for a first offense. If the violation results in serious injury, the fine is doubled, and offenders could face up to 7 years in prison. We spoke with an expert who offers tips on how to comply with this new law.
You still can use your phone with hands-free functions. So that includes hands-free phone calls, using things like voice to text, or the personal assistant functions on the phone. You can of course still use your navigation or connect to Bluetooth for audio apps. You just can't hold your phone in your hand or have it in your lap or support it with any part of your body.
Chabaria also says drivers can use their phones manually if they're calling in an emergency or crime. The U.S. Postal Service is having a busy holiday season. It delivered its 5 billionth piece of mail since Thanksgiving today. The milestone delivery took place in Noel, Missouri, or as it's pronounced in December, Noel. The community is always busy this time of year as people from around the world send packages there to get that festive postmark. Getting that 5 billionth piece of mail is especially remarkable.
It's really, really awesome. It's actually a blessing to be able to know that they do that much work over there.
The USPS has implemented more than 500 new package sorting machines to help postal workers sort and process packages more quickly. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for a first look at the weather.
Well, the last couple of days we've actually been warmer. We did have a cold front that came through this morning, so it did drop our temperatures, and as we head into the afternoon we're going to continue to cool down. So current temperatures in the low 50s, and we're going to start to drop down into the 40s as we head into the rest of the evening. Now winds are starting to pick up. We have had that one front that came in this morning, so winds are out of the north, but gusting 10, 15, even 20 mile per hour wind gusts out in Yates Center through the rest of the afternoon. So it's going to be a bit windy as we head into the overnight hours. Now clouds are starting to clear out. They have been moving. We've had a few showers as well, just some sprinkles, overcast, a gross day pretty much throughout the rest earlier today. Now we've got this clearing that is now moving through, heading towards Joplin. However, we're getting to that point where sun's starting to set, so we might not see the sun until tomorrow, but we do have a cooler couple of days. I'll have a full look forecast coming up.
See you soon. There's been a major development in the manhunt for the person of interest in the brazen shooting death of the United Healthcare CEO. Law enforcement is now questioning a man in custody in Altoona, Pennsylvania, in connection with that murder. Tom Hansen reports.
Authorities in Pennsylvania are questioning a person of interest in connection to the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for.
The man, identified as 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, was arrested at an Altoona McDonald's Monday morning on firearms charges after an employee called in a tip. Officials say Mangione was carrying a ghost gun and a silencer.
Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident.
Officials have combed through thousands of hours of video since the targeted attack in front of a Midtown hotel last week, deploying drones, K9 units, and scuba divers in Central Park. Dive teams scoured a pond in the park looking for more evidence after finding a backpack they believe belonged to the shooter in the area, containing a jacket and Monopoly money. Police believe the shooter headed to the Port Authority's bus station near the George Washington Bridge after ditching the bike he used to flee the scene of the crime.
This investigation is still active and ongoing.
Police say they've recovered a handwritten 3-page document from the person in custody indicating he had some ill will towards corporate America. They're also scrubbing his social media accounts as the investigation continues. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
Officials say Mangione was born and raised in Maryland and has ties to San Francisco. He attended college in Pennsylvania. His last known address is Honolulu, Hawaii. He has no prior arrest history in New York. Syrians are celebrating after the fall of the Assad regime. Armed rebels seized control of the country, and the dictator Bashar al-Assad fled to Russia, where he was granted asylum. The group that seized control of the country has been deemed a terrorist organization by the United States, leading to questions about what kind of government Syria will have in the future. Still ahead, starting early to help mold a child's future.
Reading to children even when they're infants. I'm Michael George with the lifelong benefit of shared reading between parents and kids.
Plus, a contamination warning concerning some raw milk. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, more raw milk has been contaminated with the bird flu. Raw Farm of Fresno, California has recalled its whole milk and cream products after state officials found the virus in multiple samples. No human cases have been reported so far. Doctors warn people not to consume raw milk, but President-elect Trump's nominee to run the nation's health, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., says he plans to expand raw milk consumption. Blood tests that moms-to-be get to check for fetal disorders in their baby, they can also be beneficial for the mother. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine found these basic blood tests called cell-free DNA sequencing can also detect hidden signs of cancer among moms. Many medical groups recommend expectant mothers get those tests. A lot of studies show the benefits of reading to children go way beyond just literacy. Now the American Academy of Pediatrics is putting the spotlight on the positive parenting practice of shared reading. And as Michael George tells us, it should start when children are infants.
Ooh, yummy, yummy.
1-year-old Saori is trying to eat the delicious fruit she sees in her favorite book. Her mom, Julissa Costa, started reading to her when she was just an infant.
She was licking the book. She wanted that blueberry. They still are able to understand the concepts that you give them, no matter how small you think they are.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says it's something all parents and caregivers should be doing, reading aloud with newborns and young children, because the positive parenting practice has benefits for a lifetime.
We've known for years that young children who have parents who look at books with them and talk to them, that their language development is improved. Those positive experiences also shape the child's social and emotional development, shape the child's excitement later on when it comes time to go to school.
Study author Dr. Perry Klass says print books are best for young children.
Holding the book, turning the pages, all of that helps young children understand how the books work and how they can elicit from their parents the kinds of reactions and language that they want to hear.
The AAP says pediatricians should encourage shared reading at least through kindergarten.
Lola's daddy reads a story.
The Acosta's pediatrician works with Reach Out and Read, which provides books in low-income communities in New York at child well visits.
I want my kids to know that no matter where they live, what era they come from, we can have a window into another world through reading. You love cheese.
A world filled with discovery and adventures. Michael George, CBS News.
Another benefit of sharing a book with a child, it can be a simple joy for the child and for the reader. Speaking as a dad and granddad. The AAP emphasizes that while touchscreens and other electronic devices are popular for reading, they do not offer the same interactive benefits of reading an actual printed book together. And while it's assumed extreme heat puts the elderly at the greatest risk, a new study found young people are actually more likely to die from heat. According to the study by Columbia Climate School, 75% of heat-related deaths affect people under age 35. Why? Well, the reason young adults are more likely to be working in outdoor labor jobs like farming and construction, and more likely to be participating in strenuous sports. That is a look at today's health stories. Lindsay's weather forecast is next, and a little bit later, a word of warning as you deck the hall.
Decorating is popular this time of year, but it can also pose a danger. I'm Christine Lazar with what you can do to keep your home safe.
Well, it's been warmer this weekend, but we had that cold front come in this morning, and since then it has been dreary and overcast. We can go ahead and take a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Clouds are just about to start to clear, however, sun setting, so we're really not going to be able to see the sunshine much today. Now, clouds clearing through the next hour or so, then we're mostly partly cloudy skies until we head into Tuesday. Now, temperatures are dropping, so we're already dropping down into the low 40s by midnight tonight. Now, as we continue through the rest of the afternoon, still a few clouds popping up, and south of I-44, we're seeing a few showers, Cassville, Bella Vista area, far parts of southwestern Missouri. Now, this is continuing till about 11 p.m. to midnight, and then it's going to start to shift off to the east. Now, clouds move in as we head into early Tuesday morning, though these clouds don't have any rain or drizzle associated with it. It's just going to be this overcast. Temperatures starting off in the lower 30s. So we're overnight low tonight, dropping down to just at freezing and slightly below. By 9 a.m., we're already getting up to the mid 30s, about 34, 35 degrees. And then we really warm up to low 40s. So we're not warming up much Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to stay pretty cool with overnight lows below freezing. A few showers may pop back up south of I-44 near Bella Vista, but really clears out of here. And then we have mostly sunny skies as we head into the rest of the day on Tuesday. By 9 p.m. though, we do see temperatures already dropping down to freezing and then continuing to get below freezing with our overnight low Tuesday night into Wednesday morning in the upper 20s, so it's going to be pretty cool. And then we have a few more clouds pushing in with some chances of some isolated snow flurries and maybe even a wintry mix if we're still getting a little rain. But all of these temperatures are below freezing. By 1:30, we're already in the upper 20s to low 30s across the area, and then our overnight low dropping down to about 27, 28, even 29 in some areas. But by the morning hours, when you're ready to start your day, Wednesday morning, 6 a.m., most of that is out of here, and we're back to sunny skies for the next couple of days. Now, from an upper level flow, this is what it looks like. We have our rain showers clearing out, a little bit of a break before we get to the back end of this low pressure system, which is bringing some of those showers and that wintry mix in the isolated spots late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. But then we go on this ridge for the rest of the week. That's Thursday and Friday. So we see a bit of a warm up in that little span of time. But until then, temperatures are going to be pretty cold. Tuesday down in 30, 31. Our highs on Tuesday afternoon in the low 40s across the area, and then we're dropping down. This is about where we're seeing that wintry mix moving in, and then we're going to get to below 30 by Tuesday evening, and then staying in the upper 20s until Wednesday morning. Now, clouds start to increase on Thursday. We have another round of showers popping up late Friday afternoon, which will drop our temperatures again just slightly as we head into Saturday before another warm up and then another front. So we've got this roller coaster over the next week.
Roller coaster indeed, tending cooler. Thanks, Lindsay. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone right there in your hand or pocket. The best part is the cost. It's absolutely free of charge. You'll find it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Why don't you check it out right now, the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. Coming up, an extension on the interruption of airline service to Haiti. Topping today's Consumer Watch, American Airlines says it's suspending flights to Haiti indefinitely after initially banning them through mid-February. American, Spirit, and JetBlue had halted flights last month after confirming their planes were hit by gunfire while traveling in Haiti's airspace. No passengers were injured. American says it's going to reevaluate its decision later next year. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, there are around 160 decorating-related injuries every day during the holiday season somewhere in our nation. And sometimes those accidents are deadly. Christine Lazar reports.
Last year, on Christmas Day, firefighters rushed to a Miami area home after the Christmas tree caught fire, leaving behind major damage. No one was injured, but in 2021, a similar situation near Philadelphia turned deadly. Investigators believe a faulty electric star on top of a dry tree led to the fire that killed a father and two of his children.
Why is it so important that we make sure that our Christmas tree is watered?
If your Christmas tree isn't watered, it gets dry really fast, and a dry tree can go up in a burst of flames.
Alexander Hohen-Sarek is chair of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, which set up this demonstration to show just how fast it can happen. Both trees are set on fire with a device at the bottom. The one on the left is watered and the flame smolders. The one on the right is dry, and in seconds, the ceiling is engulfed in flames. Experts say candles can also pose a danger. It's important to not place them next to anything flammable. And every year, people get hurt putting up decorations. During the 2023 holiday season, nearly 15,000 people were treated for decorating-related injuries.
We see a lot of falls around this time of year, mostly from people using ladders. Have somebody there to spot you when you're using a ladder. Put the ladder on a firm, flat surface to ensure that it's not going to tip over.
If you are using that ladder to put up lights, make sure there are no frayed wires or loose sockets. A simple step that can prevent a tragedy this holiday season. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
At the box office, Moana 2 continued its record-breaking run over the weekend, topping the domestic box office with an estimated $52 million. Moviegoers also returned to Oz. Wicked swept in close to $35 million for the second spot, and then this movie, Gladiator 2, eased its way to the top three, earning more than $12 million domestically. Speaking of movies, didn't take 3 clicks for a pair of ruby slippers from the beloved 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz film to find a new home. The pair, worn by actress Judy Garland there, sold for a whopping $28 million at a Dallas auction. The slippers had previously gone missing for 13 years after a career criminal stole them from a museum in Garland's hometown of Grand Rapids, Minnesota in 2005, attempting, quote, one last score. The FBI recovered the shoes back in 2018. The thief later pleaded guilty and was sentenced to time served due to poor health. $28 million, $14 million per shoe. Final check of the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, we're going to look at high schools teaching kids financial literacy, why a lot of students say it's a class that pays off. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to further break down the change in Missouri law coming concerning the use of cell phones while driving and the potential penalty. Plus, a single vehicle crash in Newton County, Missouri quickly escalates. And a 2-time state champion quarterback from Lamar High School makes a college commitment. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. The deep division sparked by this year's presidential election is reflected in Merriam-Webster's word of the year. The word for 2024 is polarization, a word that originated as a scientific term way back in the 1800s. Polarization really means separating, specifically the extremes, which we identify with poles, which of course was a geographic or scientific reference, sometimes related to electricity. Merriam-Webster logs 100 million page views a month on its site and chooses its word of the year based on data tracking a rise in search and usage. Let's check back now with Lindsay.
Well, temperatures tonight are going to drop down to below freezing. So we're going to be 29, 30, 31, 32 degrees. And we might still see a few showers continuing for the overnight hours. Now, we clear out for the most part Tuesday afternoon, but for the next couple of days, we're going to be below freezing with our lows and the low 40s for our highs.
Thanks for joining us. See you at 6. Let's make it a great evening.